said he couldn't, oh, and I called Ray, I got his voicemail. I can try Ray again, and Bert I called, and I got his, and Bert always answers the phone. This has never happened. So I have to apologize. We actually need 4, which I actually got confused. I thought I could just find 1 human to get here, which I couldn't contact any. But then when Herb's right, we actually need 4, because this is my largest board. And I couldn't get 1 to come. And I got 2 answering machines. And so
We had some unforeseen problems.
a health crisis, and then LaValle's, our chair works for LaValle's, and he was just saying he had no service and was just coming off some mountain now, which I kind of hung up on him quick to try to call other locations. So unfortunately,
Do we have
the only,
time frame problems for anybody?
Yes.
yeah, well, the big issue, and I'm gonna have to go check how we would do this, because we're not opening a meeting, is if we ever continue things, they're without a quorum, everything's automatically continued to the next month, but that means everyone has to wait a month. So normally, when you can open a meeting, you are allowed to continue it to a date and time certain. But since we can't, because we could just say next week, and I get everyone here, but we can't open the meeting.
Well, I think we could open the meeting, but we couldn't do anything because we don't have
No.
a quorum.
Sorry,
Am I right? Do you have any backup on that?
No, it's out of.
But that, I'm accurate on that, right?
It's considered a non-meeting. You can actually talk, but nothing happens.
But nothing happened, and we can't even
Right.
adjust the time, the schedule. Yeah,
Correct.
I'm pretty right on that. There's nothing I can do. You can't even, because obviously, we could have a next week's meeting, but we can't, because there's not enough to vote to move it to next week.
Christina, the only thing I can think of is, can the applicant request a meeting, an emergency meeting, which would be prior to next
Date and
month?
time, them state date and time certain, and then but we,
That's what I'm asking. Can they
You can.
request one? Yes?
You can, the only thing is, everybody on the board has to agree to the emergency meeting.
and we don't have a quorum.
No, later. It can be a phone poll, but you can do it later, and you can
Oh my God,
ask.
thank you.
And then you gotta apply.
Okay.
Then no.
Oh my gosh, we've got an expert. Are you on the planning board in Sunapee?
Would you like to?
Are you on? No, he's not? Oh my gosh. Okay, no, I meant in Sunapee. Okay, we have Mr. Carroll here from Carroll Concrete. Okay, so
So you talk to the applicant who needs to have the meeting.
I think
Before,
right.
and ask whether a Tuesday is good and which,
Okay.
ask them their earliest,
Let me go get the BOS room schedule. You two will give your input. I'd like to hold the entire meeting for everyone on this, obviously.
let's see, I go to them all, this is the only Tuesday.
Right.
Unless they're doing community center.
There's nothing else on the schedule.
Okay.
Next
Is that-
community center is a month away.
Okay.
So there's nothing on the schedule for this room on Tuesdays? Do you want, I could go poll.
Yes, we have to have the deed written
Okay,
It
hold on.
also
The
doesn't,
community center was last night.
it also,
Right, right.
it also doesn't
Yeah,
have
I
to be
didn't know,
on.
like-
That was last
It
night.
typically makes it easier for
I
them.
know.
I know, Sean, so, but you're right, it doesn't have to be. He's right, he's right. We just try to keep it relatively easy.
Not good.
So we're not saying, oh, right, no. Oh, there's a BOS retreat here on the 28th. So we have the 21st, if we're gonna stick with Tuesdays, which might be the ideal, because I've gotta call the members, unless you think there's another time.
But for the people who need stuff done, what time frame are they looking at too?
Well, obviously, they would not, they're, you know, I mean, you can only do what you can do.
Well, mine depends on a sale.
When
As
it-
soon as this meeting's done, I have to have a deed done so we can close next week. Otherwise, the buyers are gonna back out. What's that?
Earliest possible.
Yeah.
I have board meetings all this month, so I would suggest to move for the 21st, and then they may move their sale
They got the
date
survey,
to the
it's 3 days
22nd,
late.
23rd. Well, and then you can push 3 weeks out, you might as well do the next meeting. Because if it's 1, 2, and you do the 3rd, we have 1 meeting. So you want to try? 14th. Okay.
See if we can get a
Sign
hold
the
of.
date today, but
make sure
I'll
people-
work on
Three
it,
times, like,
yeah.
every time I have to
Um,
look to see what the date is.
Yes, it is.
Okay,
Yeah, just like,
Okay, so I would think the most ideal for where the boards are concerned, not you, obviously, but is to keep it on a Tuesday because that's typically when they don't have other things going on. So if you could request the 21st, and Dana, was that optional for you to do even if you came in via Zoom for your presentation for the Class 6? Would you be willing to make next Tuesday? Okay, so, do we have to open the meeting? No. Okay, so request,
So we can't really open it.
right, so I guess just you state that you're requesting emergency session for the September 21st at 6:30, and then Dana.
6:30?
6 PM, I apologize, 6 PM. It could be 6:30, but 6 PM.
it's Tuesday.
And then Christina, you could also write something up, text something up, and have them sign it, so there's documentation.
Okay, and do that tonight, do that right now. Okay, if both of you could request your cases, and you can read your cases to them, I gave you both the agendas for September 25th, held at, September 21st, held at 6:30, I will write it.
6.
God. You request, yes, and I'm gonna go write it up, and I'll write it up correctly. 21st at 6 PM. And then, obviously, I'll be in contact in the next couple of days. Let me go do that. I'll be right back. And you can just start whoever goes first. And-
What do we do?
Just,
Christina,
That's not necessary.
No, they're just requesting an emergency meeting.
talk about anything else?
No, and then we end the meeting and move on. Yeah, so they're just gonna formally just request to you,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna have, for the time and date, that's it. And they can just reference their case numbers, just for the record.
you guys heard that? Basically, you're just gonna formally request that we meet on the 21st at 6 o'clock. And you can reference the case number.
Well, I
And-
have to say that right now?
Well,
Yeah.
we'll get it typed up and
Yeah.
have it
Oh,
back
okay.
here so that everybody's here. It's just that we can't talk about specifics of cases outside of the meeting. That wouldn't be legal. And since we can't officially start a meeting with a quorum, because we can't do anything without a quorum,
Can't do nothing.
our hands are tied, yes. And I have to apologize, as Tobin did, for a couple of unforeseen problems, and I'm not sure what the other problems were, so.
Yeah. Like Christine said, we usually don't have a problem having, people here.
Yeah, I mean, we've been able to fill this board up pretty good, so.
Yeah. it seems like, for most of the meetings, Bert lives here anyways at all the different meetings,
I
so.
was surprised when he wasn't sitting there when I went in.
Yeah. Yes. I just. Huh? Thank you.
Are you still working on the dog park stuff?
Well,
Or has that been pulled out of your hands and moved on to?
to some extent, it's been pulled out of my hands, but I still every now and then get Christine. We're waiting, for Pet Safe to actually give us,
Funds?
cut the check basically.
Yeah.
Given the time of year and stuff, but by the time anything can be set up, I really don't expect it to happen until spring.
Gives you organizational time.
Yeah,
Make sure everything's planned out.
make sure everything's planned out.
Probably gonna have trouble finding the construction manpower to get it rolling too.
I don't
Everybody's
know.
so busy.
Yeah, I don't know what, because I think the town will probably go to people they've used in the past for a lot of that stuff.
I'm sure the town will probably do a lot of it
Yeah.
if possible.
I mean, you figure clearing the property. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing the property cleared to some extent this winter,
Mhm.
or this fall.
Might be easier once
Yeah.
ground froze out and
Right. And I wouldn't want it de-stumped yet, just because come spring with the waters tend to be, we'd get some flooding sometimes. So
Nah, not down there.
yeah, so obviously I wouldn't want the roots and stuff torn up.
Somebody made that comment about flooding down in the dog park, and somebody else said, well, it's self-cleaning.
Yeah. Hopefully people don't take that to heart. I know there'll have to be some.
After the baseball field down.
Oh, yeah. Well, the way I see it is, this is a 2,000 location where you kind of expect to find that. Sure. So maybe some of those places like the common and things like that, you might be a little less likely to take a step and go,
Small aluminum
Yeah.
engine that Chevy
Yeah.
made.
I hope everybody picks up that.
I had no idea.
Yeah, so every Discovery and Range Rover that you see out there from the 70s on up to the 2003 have that aluminum block. Of course, they haven't dressed it up for a few years.
Sure. Watch out here, watch out there.
Have nobody show up and a room this full of people who need work done.
Yeah.
It's bizarre. We've been having trouble with filling boards, but as you said, the planning board actually did.
You're actually looking for members?
I don't know, well, we are on the zoning board, but not for the planning right now.